This is going to be a tutorial on how to make a Black Ops 2 mod menu, and you don't need coding experience, but you would need to know how to read some basic code. First, you're going to need a menu base and Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 2 GSC Studio. You can go to the links in the descriptions below and download all those things. But what you're going to do now is you're going to make sure you have Black Ops 2 running, or this will not work. And you're going to run your GSC Studio as admin. And once you've done that, you will be able to connect to your Steam process. And then now you can go into the editor and access all these functions and things like that. So let's open our project folder, which is right here in directories. And this is our project. So this is where our menu base will go. If you want to use the menu base, I'm using links in the description, like I said. So let's go to test project, just like that. Oh, snap, test project. Okay, so now what we do is we got to open a project, double click on test project, and there's all the things right here. So this is the main file. This is like the menu and stuff. This is what makes the menu work. This is the menu structure. This is where you change, if you want to do a function like toggle God mode, you would have to add it into here and it would show up in game. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control Shift and S to save the entire project, and I'm going to press Control I to inject this whole project right here into my game. You could also do this in the editor, save the entire project, and then inject project to target right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to solo play. And is my computer charging? Yes, it is. Okay, it's just a bit laggy. I'm going to start the game up, and I'm going to show you the basic menu and things that we can change. Okay, so now we're in, and it shows a message at the top of the screen, and it shows stuff in chat, these are all configurable things that you can do, and I'll show you guys how to configure those as well. So first, if you would read the chat, it would say hold right click and press your melee button. Now right there, as you can see, it says menu base, correct? Let's actually take a picture of this. How do I do this with Bandicam? I'm not too sure. Let me open this up and see image. Hotkey F11, okay. F11. So right there. So let me go into here, I'll be right back. So here we are in our picture in a screenshot. So this is what happens. You have a menu base right here, and then you have a sub-menu, and then a client list. So you can change the name of this, and you can change what happens when you click in this. You can change all this, all the functions inside of this, and just things like that. So I'm going to show you guys how to go up and down in the menu, which is 1 and 2 to go down, and then you press 3 to actually select. So if I want to select that menu, then it opens up this menu. Then you select that, and it will print test right up there. You see it print test when I'm pressing 3, because 3 is the select button, and to go back, you press 5 on your keyboard. So as you see when I press that, it said test, correct. So if we go into our functions.gsc and we scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see right here, test, in the parentheses, then it'll open bracket, and then close bracket, and then inside those brackets will be a text, or a line of code. So this pretty much means like yourself will print in this test. It'll print in this text right here. I'm not going to go in depth on coding on this one. I just want to show you guys how to get a basic menu set up. We're going to be looking at menu structure. So as you can see, if we go down here to submenu, this is what happens in here. Like I said, if we go in here, submenu 1, this is where you change all that right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rename this to add 5 main modifications. You can name this to whatever you want, and the up arrow in 5, that is a color code. There's color codes in this game, yes, just like in Minecraft or any other game. So what we're going to do is change all submenu 1 to this text right here, so it don't affect anything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a basic God mode. So let's do God mode toggle. Actually, let's make it fancy looking. Okay, so we're back, and we're going to be starting with, sorry I had a short break there. It was like a second for you guys, but it was forever for me. So we're going to do a simple God mode, toggle God mode. And we're going to just copy this in here and go to our functions. Every single mod you add will be inside of your functions. You can add it inside of your main if you just go down if you want to, but it's just better to have it in a whole new thing. You can also create a whole new GSC and just put it in there if you want. But let's go in here and let's do toggle God. So like I said, this is where our code will be called from inside of here. So we got to make sure we do. You can name this whatever you want. I just like doing everything looking nice because I'm very OCD-like. So let's go in here, and let's paste that right after these two dots right here. Do toggle God, and that'll be God mode, and as you see, there's our code right there. If you want to find code like this, I will have a link to all my Black Ops 2 stuff that I have inside of here, which is just a whole bunch of stuff that you can just look through and just see some functions, some button codes, and some code and things like that. You can find all types of stuff in here if you want to just look around. But you can just find code online and just add it to your main menu, or find other players' menus and take code from there if you want to do that. So yeah, this is a print in, so this is what will be printed when you activate it. So I am going to change that to wait, let's actually look at some color codes here. Color codes, what do we got? So I want yellow, so at 3 for these two. At 3, and then in the middle I want a different color. So what color do I want? At green, activated. God mode. There we go. So let's copy that. I just want to make it look all fancy. And deactivated God mode. So there we go. So now let's Control Shift S. You can't, if you are in game, make sure you leave the game and come back to this menu right here before you start injecting, or your game will crash. Now what we're going to do is compress Control I again and wait for it to project inject, and now we're going to start the game back up. So as you can see, we made a simple function, this whole function right here, and then we copied the function name and we added the function inside of here. So when you press God mode in the menu, it will do this function right here. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's go in game and let's try it out. So there we go. We also have changed the name of the first one, which is main modifications. We go in here, you'll see God mode, and then in chat, activated God mode. So now let's try and get this guy to hit me. As you can see, he won't be able to, but if I turn it off, there we go. So I'm just going to activate it again, and that's just the basic of how to add functions and change your menu name. The menu name is in here, like I said before. You can change this, add submenus. So say you wanted to add another menu. As you can see, there's only, if we go back, there's only 4 in a client list. If you want to add another one, you can just copy this, paste another line, and there you go. You can name it whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's basically just freehand, just learning. That's what I like about doing stuff like this, is you just learn by yourself and just find things out. So yeah, in the next one I'll be showing you a little bit more stuff. Not sure what I'll be doing yet, but stay tuned for the next episode on modding menus, and I'll see you guys then.